Oh boy, the YouTuber who's evidently out of content according to People's back for another banlist discussion. Hey guys, look, it's the fat guy that's back to make more discussions. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. Oh boy, so there's been a couple of interesting theories that I've read out here, and the first one ties into Vanquish Soul and how Konami is going to destroy the format so much so that you are looking at actually being forced to buy this product. we know that that's not going to happen. All right, Konami would have to go so far down in order to make a mid-range control deck be viable, and then you would have to look at Duelist Nexus, which would just have, you know, all the other good stuff come in. I mean, if you lower the ceiling down so much, that means that Infernoble Knight enters the room at a tier 1 deck. So think about that for a second. All right. Also, you know, if we do get a list in June, I am pretty sure that list is going to follow the same track that we did last year, where it would be June, July, August, probably September, and you probably get a list probably in October. So you got a lot to think about, at least in terms of things there, if we really are kind of following that same pattern that they set up, you know, for last year. I mean, they can totally break the mold. They do it all the time, you know. I also just wanted to start the discussion with the people actually wildly think out here that Konami can, I mean, they can destroy the format enough to do that, but I don't foresee it. Like, it wouldn't make sense, because Duelist Nexus just would repower creep things. And then, I mean, you'd already have to go down to, like, Mana Diem, and then if you go that far down the list to make mid-range control good, Mana Diem, Scareclaw becomes very relevant. I don't know. It's just, that's such a wild, far-fetched theory that I think it's dumb, actually. And also, the other big thing here with, you know, if we're going to try to tie this in here and point at Vanquish Soul, I mean, you just go with the active theory that I told you the other day. You know, if we're making everything super high rarity, you would just think that the next round of support, which they're usually going to get, would just be that good. They're just preloading it down so that you're just ready to go. But I digress. So, the discussion today is to poke fun at some of the crazy theories that are going around, and especially back to that Vanquish Soul one. I understand that not everybody, actually 95% of the community is not going to pay the current price point for the deck. I get that. But for the people that genuinely enjoy it, the people that do want to play the deck, they will pick it up and they will have fun. Hard concept to grasp out here, being a Yu-Gi-Oh player, but it is just that. So what else are we kind of expecting here? I've also been asked this week, I think I talked about this in another video, but Robbie, how do you feel about picking up Kashtira right now? I'm thinking the exact opposite thought about 3 weeks ago, where I would have started selling everything if I didn't plan on keeping the core. All right, like, realistically here, I mean, we've gone through everything that they can do. Unicorn Fenrir to 1, Arise Heart to 1, Birth to 1, ban Diabolus the Mind Hacker, ban Arise Heart. I mean, you got a lot of things that you can do to the deck. Comes down to the same questions. How playable does Konami want to leave the deck? Or do they just want to tier it and then, you know, just watch it suffer in the corner somewhere over there? All right, that's what you got to decide. But you're crazy right now if you're trying to pick up Kashtira at this stage in the format. All right, like, what are you doing? All right, it's wild to me that, you know, we get this close to, like, Nat season and people are like, there could be a ban list. No, I'm going to disregard that. Let's go spend all of our money on Kashtira. And then, you know, something ends up happening a couple weeks later, a month later. People are like, oh my god, I can't believe that Konami did this to me. It's like, I can't believe that they banned this. You knew. But it's Konami's fault. What do you want me to say? All right. So, yeah, please. It's, I can't, I know these people aren't trolling because I've already had 2 friends actually go, hey, You got Cash Tier and stuff, Robbie? I kind of want to build the deck. I was like, just wait for the ban list. Like, what is the hamster in your head doing? Like, is it doing okay? Like, I asked them this. I was like, hello? Like, do you know we're like, all alerts are high right now. Everybody's like, ban list, ban list, ban list, ban list. Also on like the subtopic here, I guess to answer the question on Rescue Ace, Rescue Ace, I'd try to have that deck if I enjoyed it, honestly. Kind of going forward here, I think it's one of those decks that will probably be a decent rogue deck. I also, one of my comments the other day brought up the fact, they were like, Robbie, you told everybody to pick up Purely cards. How dare you, as they've had really no metagame impact. Well, Sayak had a ban list in Japan when the deck took over. I would definitely kind of expect here that once we get Kashtira out of the way, it would be really weird not to see all those Purely cards that people picked up actually come into the format. That's just a very strange theory that I got working here, but I don't think that we were wrong. Well, of course we weren't wrong. It's just how much, we rewind back here to the earlier discussion. As long as Kashtira gets, cratered off the face of the planet, oh boy, the balancing act of the metagame shift occurs. And then we go right back to the discussion that we had last time. Purely's going to be a tier 1 deck. Very, very strange. Oh my gosh. Alright, it's called being ahead of the curve. I'm still sticking by what I said because, all things are pointing to clean up for Nationals. Format stuck around a little bit longer, sure. All right, it doesn't necessarily. If you have a deck that's already taken, 75% of top cuts to 100% of these top cuts via conversion here, and you're looking at this and you're like, no, it's because there hasn't been anything to equalize the format. There hasn't been, the shift in power to dial back things. And Kashtira was always one of Purely's worst matchups. All right. Also, Droll and Lockbird running around, but I digress. The Droll, if you knock things down to the point that Super Heavy Samurai becomes the best deck, Purely will gain some level of play. Like, that's all there is to it. A big giant Nor, still pretty good. All right. So it's kind of where I'm sitting right now with that. How dare you talk about Purely cards? The only thing I did was, hey, discuss this, consider this. And I think we'll see that shift right on back here as things go. So what else are we what else are we expecting on this list? I would want to, I'm kind of curious to see if they're going to pull something out of crazy left field. I've mentioned Blaster, I've mentioned the Spellbook of Judgment. We saw Judgment come back to 2 in the last Master Duel ban list. So I'm also probably assuming here that we'll see Blaster, and we will see that. We'll probably see Glowbulb shift back on the next list as well for, generic synchro dot stuff to follow the OCG trend that they did on their list. But those are pretty big givens at this point. I also don't think that before somebody freaks out, I think Engage can come back to 2, and it's not going to do anything. I can't wait to see all these Yu-Gi tubers acting like they stubbed their toes on Engage coming back to 2, and then just doing all these cry videos, going, Sky Striker's going to ruin the format. It's not going to do anything. It's not going to do much of anything. It's one more minor inconvenience down in the Rogue tables that people that play Rogue are going to have to deal with. I can't wait to be playing Stun, and then I watch Engage and do Engage, and I'm just like, oh boy. But, Super Heavy Samurai made the Unbreakable board. They stare at their opponent, and, they engage once. So like, all right, cool, Droll. Offer handshake. That's where we're sitting right now. I already talked about what I think is going to happen to Runic. Hey, Runic players. Hey, it's me again. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are staying safe out there. And, I got our fingers crossed. Alright? Hope we dodge this list so we can all ride slightly near to victory in Nexus. Can't wait to watch Skill Drain go to 1. It's going to be a fun time. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.